Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli with Little Blue, and that's right. And because continuing on with the Christmas movie review, yes, we are in fact reviewing the Star Wars Holiday Special. Yep, that's right. So, of course, what do we have to say about it, anyways?
You know, Star Wars came out. It just changed everything at the movies. It changed everything.
Yep.
I was around for it when it first came out. I went to see it. I saw the previews. I flipped out when I saw the movie. I'd never seen anything like it. You have to understand, my exposure to science fiction was the best science fiction special effects I had seen up to that point was Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
And before that, Star Trek. And I was very little when
Yes.
Star Trek was out. And I remember when it was on in its original run in the 60s.
Yep.
Don't remember a lot about it, but I do remember it. And I also remember seeing Stanley Kubrick's 2001 Space Odyssey and thinking, oh, these are really cool effects. But when Star Wars came out,
1977.
it was just, anybody that ever saw Star Wars, it just changed them. It was just like, oh
Yep.
my God, it was total game changer
Oh, yes.
in the movie industry. So when this happened and when all the spectacle started over Star Wars,
Yep.
they decided, the networks was like, oh, well, we got to do something with this. We've got to do a Star Wars holiday
And
special.
it wasn't until a year later after Star Wars we get the holiday special.
Right. And you get, and the actors that played, Carrie Fisher, Harrison Ford,
Mark Hamill, Peter Mayhew's Chewbacca, Anthony Daniels, Candy Baker,
they were all in
James Earl Jones voicing Vader.
they were still basically unknowns, even at that point. They were
Yeah.
still unknowns. So they're going to jump at the chance to get paid to do a holiday special on TV. If they try to do it now, I'd be like, I don't think so. I don't need the money. They needed the money.
Yeah.
So they naturally did it.
Yeah.
George Lucas went along with it.
Yep.
And it was goofy. I mean, the best part about it was getting to see Boba Fett. That was the best part, right? We saw Boba Fett. That was when we really first get to see Boba Fett, and like, whoa! That's when the pulse rifle was introduced.
The whole cartoon section,
Right, the pulse rifle that the Mandalorian Din Djarin carries was based off of that pulse rifle
Yes.
that
Boba
Fett carried.
that he wielded
And was riding a steed or probably not a mythosaur. It wasn't big enough for a mythosaur because the mythosaurs were said to be as big as mountains practically.
Yeah.
But whatever he was riding, which was probably a steed like you see in episode 4 with the with the stormtrooper riding it across the desert on Tatooine.
Yeah.
That and they even in the behind the scenes, Jon Favreau, who created Mandalorian and writes most of the episodes, even he said he was talking to George Lucas. He said, "You notice the gun?" He says, "We got the pulse rifle in there," and George Lucas was like, "Actually, I didn't have anything to do with that." And it kind of makes you think that he was pretty much hands off for the whole Star Wars holiday special.
Yeah.
And I mean, you had all the comedians of the '70s in there. I mean,
you had Art Carney. He had like I think three roles in this.
and Harvey Korman.
He plays an alien chef. He plays an android for some kind of ad or something, a commercial or something, a galactic commercial, and even he's like an alien in a cantina in Tatooine.
It is like watching. It's like
But you also have the other actors, Art Carney and B. Arthur.
it's such a train wreck. You can't take your eyes off of it. You just can't stop watching it. It's almost painful to watch, but it's just like you just have to keep watching to see what's going to happen next because you can't believe your eyes. How they have just totally just
And not to mention Life Day, of course.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
in Life Day we get in actually chapter 1 of The Mandalorian.
Yeah.
When
Yes.
the character the fish why names are flying out of my head tonight? I don't understand it.
Okay.
I said mythosaur and it sounds something like that. Horatio Sands plays the character.
Yes.
And he mentions the fact he wanted to be home for Life Day.
Right.
And this is when Amanda says, well, that's probably not going to happen. And he says, he says that's probably not going to happen. He says no, Mythrol's his name.
Okay.
And he puts him in the carbonite and freezes him. Well, you know, he talks about Life Day. They talk about Life Day in this because Chewie's trying to get home to see his family for Life Day.
Yeah, like Mala, like Chewie's wife, Itchy, Chewie's father, and Lumpy. You know, that's his son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and there's one scene like with like Chewie's family, like Lumpy's watching like a hologram circus or something.
Yeah.
I will admit I kind of like the music in that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah.
But it look, is it part of Star Wars lore? Of course not.
No.
But it's worthwhile watching.
You know, not to mention because of the circus, you even have like a band playing.
Yeah.
Like on the hologram or something.
Yeah.
And do you remember that one part with Itchy? Like, I don't know, it's because Art Carney's character, I guess he like builds stuff or whatever, and like he has Itchy placed in like looks like something of a hairdryer. You stick your hand. That whole scene with one character named
was a hairdryer.
Mira, if I'm saying that character's name right, like Itchy's seen that woman. So yeah, I don't know. We even know what that's supposed to be, anyways.
Don't know either, but it's you know. Let's put it to you this way: they didn't really go all out for special effects. I mean, they did.
Like some of the footage, like with the ships and such, repeats.
Of course they were.
Yeah.
You know.
Not to mention the footage we see Vader, but it's unused footage from A New Hope.
Yeah.
Which actually, because it's a deleted scene, you know.
Exactly.
But you know, Darth Vader saying different dialogue, so with James Earl Jones. Yeah. Not to mention the guy that's walking with him. It's the same guy who we see in A New Hope, but although it's supposed to be somebody else, but with a different voice, obviously.
Probably the best way to put it is, if you want to see how bad holiday specials were, holiday TV specials were in the mid '70s, holiday variety TV shows.
This could be one of those.
Watch this. You won't believe your eyes. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding you. When you watch it,
Look it up.
It is worth the watch.
Yeah, definitely. I think, you know what, one thing I will admit I think was decent was the cartoon.
Yeah.
That was at least decent.
The cartoon was decent.
And with Boba Fett, of course.
Exactly.
And I like that scene with Boba Fett contacting Vader. That was pretty cool. The dialogue that they say to each other.
And yeah, exactly. And they actually, you know, that's the first time you actually see Boba Fett.
Yes.
And so people went nuts when they see Boba Fett. You know,
and yet he would 2 years later he would reappear in Empire.
Exactly.
So, and of course, Return of the Jedi, etc. But then there's also in Life Day, like, okay, Chewie's reunited with his family, but then the tradition that the Wookiees do, they're in the red robes, you know?
Exactly.
And yet Leia, Luke, Han, 3PO, and R2, they're there as well, and Leia sings, you know?
Yep. It was just, it's...
Yeah, even Carrie Fisher hated the song she had to sing, I guess, so, or, you know.
You'll find it on YouTube.
I guess the song's supposed to be touching, but I don't know. But then after that, there's like a montage of clips from A New Hope. What was the point what was the reasoning of that? A look back at Star Wars? Well, back then when it was called Star Wars, I guess a look back? I don't know.
How do you look back on a one episode movie? It's, you know, I mean, that has 8 more episodes to go before it finally finishes.
Yeah.
Nobody knew that back then.
No.
George Lucas didn't even know there would be a second movie, but I'm sure by that point he
was
did.
trying to, you know,
because of
he had a sequel. He had 2 sequels in mind, so
exactly
basically make a trilogy. So
exactly, so it's worth a watch. You're not gonna. It's not some long lost Star Wars treasure. I guess it is if you kind of look at it from a certain point of view, because it's so bad. It's good to watch. That's probably the best way. That's probably the best. Yeah, that's probably the best way I can put it. It is so. Best adjective for it. It is campy. It is so campy. So check it out on YouTube.
Yes,
it's on there. Star Wars Holiday Special.
Yeah, and interesting facts is that I think a producer, you know, because originally, like a producer of that was considering having Robin Williams be in it.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think maybe Robin Williams would have at least lightened it up a bit? You know,
it would have been interesting if he was in it. Yes.
Yeah, if something in Star Wars, even if say the Holiday Special.
Exactly.
But the people of Star Wars Holiday Special, like others, they turned him down.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it would have been cool if like Robin Williams, he did something he did a voice or something in Star Wars, you know.
Right.
But also, even Carrie Fisher, like George Lucas gave a copy of the holiday special to Carrie Fisher, and she play at a party or something at a party she would throw to make guests leave. Yeah, that's what I read. So
Right.
yeah, very smart of Carrie. So
Very
yeah,
smart.
they'd walk out on that. They would walk off on that.
More than likely, yeah.
Yeah, and even at times when, because speaking of singing, not only Leia but some of the other characters were singing too, like B. Arthur.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. It was.
and yet literally, because even an Empire like shutting down a cantina, you know, just a small cantina, just you know, but
It's something you try to get out of your mind that you can't.
yeah,
And I know I'm not encouraging you to watch it, but I am encouraging you to watch it. I really am.
Yeah.
It's fun to watch because you just sit there and go, "Oh my God!"
Yes.
It would be along the lines of watching the Batman movie from the
oh
60s.
yeah,
Definitely.
yes,
Definitely. So take our word for it. Watch it. It's goofy, but
Yes.
it's fun to watch.
oh yes, and another thing is, it wasn't just going to be you and me reviewing this. And shout out to Wizzle Lightshard, he was going to be a part of this.
Yeah.
Yep, but
Well, we
unfortunately,
missed him. We'll get him on. We'll get him on again sometime.
yep, yeah, because like me and the three of us reviewing something, so you know, it's a shame he couldn't do this. He got busy and such, you know, and yeah, so he was up for doing this, but of course, again, he got busy, so with other stuff. But anyways, but anything to say on this? How do we rate this?
I can't rate it really. Just watch
Like,
it.
I guess I don't know.
Yeah, kind of like one of these. Just watch it.
Uh,
Make up your own mind.
Make up your own mind.
Don't kill the messenger. We're just telling you to watch it.
Yeah.
Just so you see just how goofy it is.
Yeah. And
But yeah, don't hate us for it.
yeah,
Telling you to watch it.
no.
And if
I
you
don't
get
think they
5
will.
minutes into it, and you say, "No, I'm not doing this," then
And if I'm
please, by
pretty
all
su-
means, cut
and
it
if
off.
I'm pretty sure Alec Guinness is even credited in the holiday special, but only the archive footage and the montage, like the look back of A New Hope, as I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm sure he passed on that.
Yeah. Like, what would the purpose of Obi-Wan being there for?
I don't know. Singing, the spirit of Christmas past.
Like, yeah, brother.
Yeah, that's all I can figure out.
Yeah, that would have been interesting. But anyway, so again, we kind of rate this as, I guess. So, and you guys let us know what you think of the holiday special. I mean, it's out there, like it's online. You look for it on YouTube, etc. It'll be there. So the full version, even if say some other like people like on YouTube, they would have it say like in part 1 to 7 or whatever, So, anyways, with that being said, guys, again, we're like, that's how we rate it. And any last words?
May the force be with you.
Yeah, may the force be with you. Yep. And I also remember this because there are some versions of it where they would show the commercials and like it took Wonder Woman, the Incredible Hulk's place. I'm sure you remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to see the version again with the commercials. That would be fun.
Yeah,
to watch.
like, due to the Star Wars Holiday Special playing, Wonder Woman and the Incredible Hulk will be postponed for next week. That kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
great.
some people have copies of those.
Yeah, exactly.
So, or I think, say, like, there's even a version where it's just the commercials playing. Like, the commercials playing during the holiday special. So, I've seen that before. So, anyways. So, again, we give this, we just rate this, so, but you let us know what you think of the holiday special. Leave comments down below. Just let us know what you think of it. That's all we're saying. But, again, as your last words?
Yeah, may the force be with you.
Little Blue
I'm sticking with that.
Okay. Little Blue says, "May the force be with you." For me, we hope you enjoyed our review of the Star Wars Holiday Special. More reviews on your way, and keep looking forward for more to come. Of course, keep more to come for the Christmas movie review, and we'll see you guys in the next video/review video.
And rest in peace, David Prowse.
Yes. And peace out, and may the force be with you.